Hey guys, I'm NATO King, and last time on Prince of Persia Warrior Within, it took me a lot longer than it should have to activate the boat at the Garden Tower. So with that out of the way, all I gotta do is retrace my steps and head back. Should be pretty easy, although looks like some enemies have respawned or just spawned in the first place. See if I can maybe get rid of a couple of them here. There we go. Hey, that one survived. Guess it wouldn't be too much trouble to take him down. Alright, now with him out of the way, I can go concentrate on... Yeah, this is why you don't fight unless you absolutely have to. Okay, skipping them. I suppose I was just really lucky I managed to make it through the traps there. I think you can just wall run across here, like I did when the Dahaka was chasing me, but usually it doesn't hurt to take the safe route. And more enemies. Guess that one didn't even notice I was there until I was attacking him. Just the one guy? Okay. Back through this big door into the central chamber. And again, no need to slow time down if you're really fast about it. Don't feel like dealing with him either. And this is the first time that I actually noticed that chest down there on that ledge. Like I said in the last video, you need to go this way, across the top, climb down the ladder to the ledge right above the first ladder you climbed in this room. And from there, you can wall run across, get the chest, and make it back down to the ground. I wasn't quite thinking that far ahead. Yeah, that's not the way to get the chest. So I figured I'm probably going to be coming back this way at some point. I'll just look into how to get the chest then. And I got something special in mind for you, buddy. Let's hit you with a dose of this. Absolutely useless.
Come a little bit closer.
Okay, I could run back across there to where the Crow Knight is, but all that's over there is a time portal I don't need to use, so I won't. Kinda wonder if I can take this guy out with nothing but aerial moves. Guess so. Didn't look like that last hit should have killed him, but he disintegrated. And yes, I know I've done this before, so it's considerably less interesting than it should be. But while I'm at it, I want to draw your attention to that alcove over there on the right side of the screen where the lever is that lowered the ladder in the first place. As I'm jumping past it here, if you return to this spot in the present, there's a cracked wall there, which has another one of those rare secrets. I'm probably not going to bother with it, because returning for that one does require an extra use of time portals, which even the FAQs on the game suggest save your game before you do this, because it will most likely screw stuff up. For all that, though, all I really need to do is get back down to the entrance of the tower. And done. I have some much less than fond memories of this hallway, but fortunately traversing it in the opposite direction is really easy. And there's plenty of stuff to break if you need more sand for whatever reason. I can't imagine why you would be low on sand at this point. And just a couple traps and a couple enemies left, and I'll be back at the Great Hall. One fun thing that you can do here is lure the enemies into the traps, and it will kill them. But when I attempt to do that, they just die too quickly. And the other bit of good news is I don't have to climb all the way back down.
Oh, it's you.
You seem surprised to see me.
Surprised only that you insist on prolonging the inevitable.
Why did you help me?
I don't know. I guess half because you remind me of the Empress, or whoever she could be.
What do you mean?
Like you, she knows her own fate. She has seen it in the timeline. But where you fight it, she has submitted. She accepts it. They say knowledge is power, but I say it is a poison. Knowing the date and manner of her own death torments her. The closer it draws, the greater her pain.
And you wish she would fight her fate like me?
Maybe it would give her something to live for.
You said that was only half the reason. What's the other half?
I have known my whole life that what is written in the timeline cannot be changed. Yet something inside me wants you to succeed.
And do you think that will?
No. But I admire you for trying.
Thank you. Your name. I haven't even asked your name. I've been so...
It's Kaileena. You should go. The hourglass is more than half empty. You haven't much time.
And of course, she doesn't care about the prince's name. Not that he would give it if she asked. But we've got another sword upgrade, and other than the attack power, I can't say I'm really impressed with this one. Let's check it out. What I've got is an attack where I can charge up and perform a really strong slash. That's it. And of course, sort of like the Breath of Fate, every time you try to charge it up, something's going to attack you, and you're not going to get the attack off. Of course, I've always wanted to try this. Alright, can't do anything to her. So, time to swing this lever around and raise the bridge to the mechanical tower. This is the position the ledges were in when I started, so I can get over to the balcony. And there's the mechanical tower. Of course, my first time through the game, this was the bridge that I activated first, but I couldn't figure out how to get up. So instead, I figured I must have to do it later, swung the levers back around, and did the garden tower first. Really dodged a bullet on that one. Of course, I still couldn't get to the end of the game. But we'll get there when we get there. It's just a series of wall runs. That's it. Then I suppose kind of a tricky jump once you get to the end here. There's that chest over in the corner. It's not too hard to get to it. Just line up and jump. Getting back is another thing altogether. The camera really doesn't want to cooperate with me here. And then I'm a little late pressing jump, and he just kind of flops off the edge. There we go. The jump to the door itself is nice and easy. And we're at the mechanical tower. By far the more interesting of the two towers. Already we've got one of those timed corridors with traps like they had in Sands of Time. And I completely screw it up. You know what? I don't have to put up with this. I love slowing time down. Plus, there's always a dose of sand right there, because when you're going the other way, you have to slow time down. There's no way to make it otherwise. Thing is, where the heck do I go from here? I guess I have to climb up here and jump? Nope. Okay, I see there's a tapestry over there. That's the exit from this area. Oh, there we go. I always miss these wall run spots. I think they were a lot more obvious in Sands of Time than they ever are in this one. And then we get to deal with some really, really easy traps. Crushing blocks, no threat. I think even if you get crushed, you just lose some health. Quite a lot, but not usually fatal. Oh, maybe there is something to that attack after all. Not that these guys are any threat no matter what attack you use. Guess I gotta try it a bit more often though. And here we can see the water running through it from the moat. I still say this makes a lot more sense if, for whatever reason, the machinery in this tower isn't running until you've activated the Guardian Tower. I'll just tear through these enemies with my kick-ass lion sword.
Death becomes you.
Put up with the whole camera doesn't want to watch what I'm doing. Guess I didn't charge up quite long enough, and the prince just didn't do his attack. Alright, how many of these guys are there gonna be? Forget it. There's gotta be somewhere I can go. This door doesn't appear to have anything of interest. Finally. And here we have the Golem. Not sure if it's a sand golem or a clockwork golem or something like that. I just call it a golem. And fighting this guy reminds me a lot of, say, Demon Souls. Attack his feet until he falls down, climb up on top, and smack him in the head. And then he throws you to your death. Sometimes you can grab the platform, usually you'll just fall off and die. Very, very annoying enemy. You can avoid being thrown off, but the timing on it is pretty tricky. And if I remember correctly, you always get an extra sand tank refill when you kill those guys. Plenty of sand lying around as well, so no reason to conserve it. One more chest, and I believe we're pretty close to the tower proper. This is all just kind of intro material. Showing some of the things that we'll be dealing with as we traverse the tower.
I've never seen such a large clock It's as if the entire tower is some tremendous machine. But for what purpose? I wonder.
Oh, I think we already know what purpose. It opens the Empress's door. And I kinda don't like the fact that you're forced to use a slowdown there. But again, chances of running out of sand are pretty remote. So yeah, those porcupine dog thingies, you'll be seeing more of them later. And they explode. A lot of time in this tower, I actually have some trouble figuring out where to go. Yeah, not as bad as the puzzle at the garden tower, but it still takes a bit of looking around because you've got some things you can climb on, and these just looked like background to me at first. They also fill this place with mostly really easy enemies, so you might think you want to come this way with the serpent sword, and then go the other way once you've got the lion sword. But you've also got to deal with the golems. And here you got to be fast, because this ledge will go back to its original spot if you don't quickly make the jump. Guess you got a couple seconds to spare. Hey! What? That's not really fair. Didn't look like it was going to move. Not that I have any idea where I'd jump to from it if it didn't move, but still, give a guy a little warning, right? Hey, now we get to fight some porcupine dog bomb explodey guy thingies. I think the only real tough part about them is that if you leave them alive on their last hit, they'll chase you down and make damn sure you get caught in that explosion. Nowhere to go inside here, so I guess I'm just pulling the lever. And this is kind of the theme of this first area. We'll continually raise the central platform and use it to get to new areas. And hooray, I knocked them all down and didn't do anything to them. Guess I didn't get caught in the worst of those explosions. So, I think I climbed up on the wrong platform here. But I don't see anywhere to go from this beam. This goes right into the gear, so I guess I was right the first time. Funny how that happens. And the amazing thing is, you'd think that guy in there would see me through these pretty much transparent walls. But he doesn't. Alright, nothing over there. Gotta climb up the outside of the room. So, was there somebody out there? I don't know. I'll dangle right in front of his face. Still can't see me. Still can't see me. See if we can get the drop on him. Oh, he saw me that time. Don't know how. There's his weapon. Not that this little thing is going to be of much use. And now I'm right on top of the wall I was climbing on the outside of before. Got this little extension out this way. That, I believe, will connect to the central platform once I raise it again. Don't think there's any practical purpose to that, it just kind of happens to work that way. But I do really like the interconnectedness in this room. I don't know what most of this stuff is supposed to do or represent or anything. Other than, it's kind of cool to have a room with so many moving parts in it. I mean, what's this thing do? What could it possibly be for? I don't know, but I used it to get over this ledge. And all that does is make this gear turn in the opposite direction. Which will be important. Because now I gotta jump onto it, and if it were still turning in the same direction, it would just kinda flatten me against the wall and I would die. Here, I believe, is a very tricky part. We need to wall run and hit the exploding dog thingy in the middle of the run, then jump. I can't believe I made that on the first try. You got to do that lots of times later in the game, and it never gets any easier. Pretty much is just designed to eat away at your sand supply, and I don't think these guys ever give you more. Not even when they explode right in your face. I think that's just rude, personally. There we go. Not gonna get caught in that explosion. Alright, here's the lever that will raise that central platform to its highest point. And now it just kind of connects everything together. And yet more exploding dogs. Tried to get up to the bar and escape without having to kill them. Didn't work out so well. I'm kind of hurting. But one more use of slowdown to get past these gears. And I think I'm pretty safe from having to fight for a while. Now it's just climbing up to the very tippity top of the room. And a trap-filled corridor. This one is kind of diabolical because now I've got to wall run over those bars from this thing. And there's the ledges that you use to climb back over it in the other direction because you can't wall run that way. And a nice simple obstacle to finish with. Okay, two nice simple obstacles to finish with. And then to open that door, we got a button, it's a little too high to reach, so interestingly enough, I use this door as nothing but a stepping stone to get to the button so I can open the door I go through. Kind of poignant. I'm not sure if they meant it that way. And there's the fountain where I think I'll call it quits. There's an enemy down there, and I don't feel like fighting him right now. Next time, more of the mechanical tower, and more diabolical puzzles.